What's good, man? What's happening? What's happening?
How's it going, Herschel?
I am
Hey.
good, man. Fun, free Fridays, man. So, I don't think I've ever done this with you, and we haven't done this in Black Comic Lords probably ever. What we're going to do today is the top view comics on blackcomiclords.net. Now, for those of you who do not know, like my boy Richard says, catch a late pass because we actually have a website dedicated to comic books, key comic books, noteworthy comic books, dope covers. Derek, take it away. Tell them about the website.
Yeah, I'll just take just a few minutes. So we set up a website. Our goal is to have a place where we can share the thing and keep the things that we talk about on our Facebook pages easier to find, uh, have better history of that. And I'll just cover one quick thing. So we've got this section called the Black Issue Explorer. You can go to the bottom of the page and you can view sorts based off of the age or based off of categories. And for example, we have this section for the Grails. I'll pull that page up and you can quickly see the different issues we list to be the Grails for Black comics. Keep on going down, it'll build out more. So this is our repository. And as we get feedback, new ideas to add, we'll add it to the site. So first of all, we want you to use this, give us your feedback. Number two, tell us what you think is missing so we can get that added.
Please.
And if anybody is interested in helping us to build this out, we're welcome to hear you out and give you a shot. All right, Herschel, I hand back off to you.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, a lot of people have top 10 books, top 10 for the week, top 10s for the day, top 10s for the month. And we don't know how they're saying it's database, data driven, but it seems like people are really just pulling the books that they want to put in there. Oh, this is eBay. But what we're doing is we're actually getting the stats from our website what to show what you guys are looking at. So without further ado, we're going to get it cracking. What were people looking at in February? We don't know why they were looking at these books, but hey, there might be something to it. For some of these books, we'll have the highest sales. For some of them, we won't. Um, but without further ado, we're about to just jump right into it. So coming in at number 10, I'm actually shocked that this is just in here because when you think of all Negro comics, this is what comes to mind. It was the Milestone Comics before Milestone Comics. It was an all black production team and staff that had a series of different stories within the book. This book had a lot of views last month. And there's actually, it's very, very rare. This book is a ghost. Another thing that you will find, a lot of times you'll see on here, we have an eBay link for you guys to go on and check it out on eBay. And then we also have a sold listings because so you guys say, hey, well, this guy's asking $1 million, but it's only selling for $1. So we want you guys to know what these books are going for. So this book came in at number 10. It's actually a 4.0 as we speak on the market. It's been on there for a while. It's sitting at around 22 grand. So if you got 22 grand in your sock stash somewhere, you want to get to an all Negro comic, that's a pretty high grade for this book. We're talking 1947. I would definitely say go grab it. All right.
And if you don't have the 22 grand, if you don't want to spend it on yourself, I'll be happy to take it and buy one of these.
And I would also suggest this too. I normally don't, but there is some reprint. There's a reprint copy of this stuff, and it's no more than about 19 bucks. It's a reprint. I think it was reprinted in the 2000s. It's cover for cover. It's a dope copy. If you just kind of want some nostalgia in your house, you don't want to break the bank, definitely go and grab that.
Yeah, it's something we try to include a little bit of interesting details about these books. This one is made in 1947. Like Herschel said, it was a milestone before milestone. One interesting thing, there would have been a number 2, but the paper producers refused to sell the paper to the writers of the book. So there was no way for them to print a number 2. So
Wow.
really, really sad story there. But we can do our job to keep everybody aware of this book. And when we have our opportunities to buy this, if we can find one in the wild, get it and preserve it.
This is not in the notes, but rumor has it that Theodore Roosevelt's wife at the time praised this team for actually running this book. I don't think she gave them any financial contributions, but she really praised them. All right, coming at number 9. This is a very, very interesting book. There's been a lot of talk over the years about Sam Wilson, Captain America. Oh, he needs the serum. And some people, oh, he doesn't need a serum. He's at peak human strength. He's at peak level. But there's the fandom is a little divided on Sam Wilson being Captain America. Anyways, he's taking on another white man's mantle, as we say. But in the second volume of Captain America, issue number 5, Sam Wilson was actually dying in battle, and Captain America slid his wrist, and some green goop, I guess his super soldier serum, falls into Sam Wilson's mouth, and he becomes, just like that, a super soldier. It's a wild story, but if you want to say, hey, this is a noteworthy issue, this will be in our noteworthy section. This is the first time Sam Wilson actually became a super soldier. It's a wild story. If you can catch the variant out there, definitely go and catch the variant. There hasn't really been a whole lot of sales on this book, but this book got crazy views on our website. Coming in at number 8. Now, this isn't who didn't see this coming? I'm surprised it was as high as number 8, but this is Black Panther number 3, the Jessica variant. The interesting thing about this, the other comics dropped the week prior. This actually dropped on February 9th, which was a week later. And at first, everybody went out and got it. You can get this book now for less than $20, but we did see a high sale February 2nd for a pre-order for $120. What's your thoughts on that, Derek?
I don't have a lot of backroom information about this issue, but I tend to think that there might not have been many of these ordered, but I'm not 100% sure about this. What I do like about it, though, is if you remember those the Marvel cards, the Marvel Masterpiece cards, that's what this cover is taking off of. So it gives some nostalgia, in addition to the fact that this is the first appearance of forgot his name. Yeah, Tosin. How did I forget that?
And as we speak, Black Panther number 4 dropped yesterday. We haven't seen Tosin again. We don't know who he's going to show back up. This is wild. But this book probably was underordered. And when I went to like 5 shops looking for it, because I didn't pre-order it. I do have several copies of the cover A and cover B. But this was a ghost come, on that Wednesday. So coming in at number 7, we got Avengers 246. So if you remember a couple of weeks ago with Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness, we see a superior Iron Man suit, but then we see a very dark-skinned woman with short hair. It's been a lot of speculation who this character might be. There has been a wild spec out there that is actually a variant of Monica Rambeau, which is Maria Rambeau. And her first appearance was in Mighty Avengers 246. And this book has sold, and a 9.8 has seen a high sale back in February 13th for $115. So I've got 2 copies of this book. I'm not sure whether to hold them, whether to fold them, but it's just interesting. Some specs don't turn out great. Who knows what will happen with this comic?
Yeah, and I think if you're speculating on this book, there's probably 2 questions. The first question is, will Maria Rambeau show up in the Multiverse of Madness movie? The second one is, how long will she last? Because word is that some of these variants and other characters who are showing up might not last too long. So just, be careful with this.
Be very, very careful. We're not telling you guys, hey, go out and get these books. We're just saying, look, this is what folks were looking at. All right. Keep your eye out. Coming in next, this is an independent book. This is by a legendary artist, Marcus Williams. If you're in a Black space on the internet, on Facebook, on social media, any place, you've seen some of this guy's work. I was shocked that this book had a signed autograph. It hasn't been verified, but it's a signed autograph by Marcus Williams for only $22.99. This is the first appearance of the Tuskegee Heirs. I mean, this was a critically acclaimed comic book, and it's based off the Tuskegee Airmen. It's a dope cover. It's a dope read. If you're a big pro Black independent comics, this is definitely one that you want to have in your arsenal.
Yeah, completely 100% independent, the most independent of independent types of books out there. I have two signed copies of this one myself.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I had the opportunity to meet him a few times at cons. So yeah, great work. And like Herschel said, this is a very cool book to have.
Definitely a very cool book to have. All right. Next up, coming in number 5. So this book is controversial for several reasons. T'Challa is actually in this comic, and it talks about the humble beginnings of the Illuminati when they first met. T'Challa actually hosted them there, but during the meeting they took to a vote, and he decided he didn't want any part of the Illuminati, so he excused himself from the meeting. And we later see that the Illuminati has been meeting over years and over time. But because T'Challa is in this, I added this one to the fray. This saw in a 9.8 a high sale back in February 23rd, not too long ago, for $299. The Illuminati has been confirmed to showing up, and as a matter of fact, Patrick Stewart, he's also going to reprise his role as Professor X, he's also going to be in it as well. It is going to be crazy to see what type of T'Challa we're going to get, if we even get a T'Challa at all. There has been some rumors that we'll get Killmonger as T'Challa. It's going to be crazy. All I know is folks are going to be screaming when they do the unveiling of all the Illuminati members.
Yeah, so Herschel, how do you have this one labeled on the website? Is it a key or is it noteworthy?
Man, well, it's a key alert. It is a key book because it is the first appearance of the Illuminati in their timeline, but not the first appearance of the Illuminati in our timeline. When I say that, Secret Avengers number 7 is the first appearance of the Illuminati in our timeline, but this shows you the very first meeting. I would say this is a key, a black key. It's a black noteworthy comic book because T'Challa is in it. T'Challa should be noted. T'Challa does not officially become a member at this time. He wouldn't years later, become a member of the Illuminati. But if he does show up, he is kind of connected to this. So this one had to definitely go onto the list.
Okay, so the first time the Illuminati show up, T'Challa's not there. But this story, the origin story for the Illuminati,
correct,
T'Challa plays a role, and that's why you got it as okay. Got it.
Gotcha. All right, coming in at number 4. We're getting so close to number 1, and you guys are going to be shocked. What was the most viewed comic book for February? All right, that's coming in at number 1. All right, coming in at number 4, you got Batman 489. Now, interesting thing about this is that the lady that you see at the bottom, Sandra Kingsolving, I guess that's what her name is. She is the very first black love interest for Bruce Wayne. As a matter of fact, in the 90s, right before the comic book crash, Batman actually had his back broken by Bane, and she was she was a very, very good role in making sure that he, was healed. She was very instrumental in getting him back on his feet, not just mind, body, and soul, but like she actually worked with him and got him back right mentally, and so he became the Batman again and took over. So definitely a good book. Wasn't a high sell, but had crazy views about a week ago. You can get this book in a dollar bin. You can get this book at any LCS. It should be there. I wouldn't pay too much for this book. I don't think that this book has any legs speculation-wise, but it's just showing you guys what was viewed. All right. Coming in at number 3. I mean, I thought this would have been number 1, but 2 books beat it out. Black Panther number 3, the variant, the one for 25. I mean, this is the first appearance of Tozen, but this is the one for 25. There was a pre-sale, 9.8, that just went for, back in February 10th, for $1,225. I will just say this. That book better come back at a 9.8, guaranteed, or there's going to be some furniture moving. What's your thoughts on this book? And don't you have a copy?
I was lucky enough to get a copy. I was able to, my comic book shop, they do charge market price, and at the time when I got it, the day it came out, it was about $99, and I was deciding to get it or to not get it. Decided to go in and put in the money for it. So happy that I got it. This person did the pre-sale. Maybe they sent in several copies. I would have to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is he going to make the guy wait the 6, 7, 8 months, or is
Of
he going
course,
to do
yeah.
the quick flipperooski? I don't know. I know with $1,225, he's got enough money to take care of it just off of one book. So we'll see what happens.
That's a long
Maybe
time to wait.
It's a very long time to wait.
I ordered a pre-order a graded 9.8 book, and I think I waited 7 months. So yeah, you be careful if you're going to order those, because the other piece of it is, if the seller decides that this book, if let's say the value of this book goes up to $1,500-$1,600, seller could decide, oops, you know what, I'll cancel this order. So just know the seller could do that. It's not a reputable thing to do, but it could be done. So
people do it all the time, believe it or not. All right, coming in at number 2, I talked about this book yesterday on our Facebook group. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check us out at Black Comic Lords on Facebook. Check us out at Black Superheroes Forever on Facebook. But Black Comic Lords is also our Twitter handle, our YouTube handle, and as well our Facebook handle, Instagram handle. Make sure you like and subscribe on this video. We need your likes. That helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you subscribe. Don't just watch us. Go ahead and subscribe. Help us out, because the more you guys subscribe, the more you guys like, the more we're influenced to make more videos to keep you guys into the know. So coming in at number 2, again, like I said, I talked about this book this week. You cannot, I scoured the internet, and I'm pretty good. Most people know I'm good at digging up stuff. On eBay, Mercari, all my fishing holes where I can't even, those fishing holes I don't even speak of publicly. It's just not there. And I don't know why. I'm starting to get excited, because maybe that means that she's going to be in a movie and it just hasn't been public knowledge. I'll just say this. Issa Rae has been greenlit to be Jessica Drew in the Spider-Verse movie. So we believe, so we think. Maybe, are they going to use Valerie the Librarian in the new Spider-Verse movie? That's going to be a stretch. I doubt it, but for some reason, we cannot find Spidey Super Stories number 11. This book has gone missing. It is nowhere for sale on the internet. And the last high sale was February 6th, and that went for $355 for a 9.0. Let me tell you a little history about this book. All right. This is the first Spider-Woman, okay, in Marvel Comics. This is not the first Spider-Woman in comics, but I'm going to say this again. This is the first Spider-Woman in Marvel Comics. She predates Jessica Drew. Yes, Jessica Drew from the 70s. She predates her. Now, granted, people will argue, say, well, she's not in continuity. We all know continuity is out the window. We all in the ball. It's all in the family. Everybody, multiverse of madness is like a thing now. Okay, so this is a 9.0, and it went for 3.5. I'm thinking the 9.8 goes maybe close to about $2,000, which is wild to think, because this was a comic that was subjugated just for children. It was an easy read, like didn't have any big words in it. It was like for, I don't know, a second grade level. This is what this book was for. And Valerie was just a girl that found Spider-Man's outfit, and she put it on, and she happened to come across Spider-Man, and she had to help Vulture out, and the comic is over with. But she's such a dope character because she has this big afro, and she actually engineered her own web shooters, and she engineered a way to climb up walls. Very, very dope read. But it's interesting because she's the first Black person to be Spider-Man in a comic. So that's, well, if you don't count Hobie Brown, he stood in for Peter Parker, but that's a story for another day. But if you find this book, buy it. If you find this book, buy it. I'm gonna say it one more time. If you find this book, buy it. Coming in at
well, I was just gonna say, I'm looking at the sales history, and you can definitely see that the pace of purchases has really picked up late January and into February. So what's driving this? Did somebody mention it somewhere, or online on a YouTube show or somewhere else, or maybe there's some people that are in the know that are moving before the
We
market
don't know.
moves. Yeah, interesting.
And sometimes you just don't even ask questions. You just grab and go. We're not, it's funny. We are in a era to where you can't think about you like the other day, you thought about, hey, is $100 too much to pay for a 1 for 25 number 3? You would have stayed there, you might have taught yourself out of it. And look how much this book is going for. Like the time is of the essence. Back in the day, books would sit on the shelf. You could probably come out the next week. It'll still be there. Can't do that no more. All right. You got to move. All right. So coming in at number 1, I'm going to let you take this one away because I know you don't know what this one is. This is very, very interesting. I have zero faith that this movie is going to land. I know people are diehard fans of this guy, but I think they're diehard fans of this guy because of power. And most of you guys have already guessed it by now. This is what this book is. Derek, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, so we've got Zero. Obviously, we know the big news that 50 Cent is going to have his own movie that is, I guess, in his own universe, separate from DC, I guess. And the net of this is this story now has generated a lot of interest, and people are buying up this comic. In fact, as you can see on the screen here, purchased for $113 very recently. That's amazing for a book that wasn't on any radar screens just a few weeks ago.
You literally could have bought this book for $1 in anybody's dollar bin across the country. Now you got people paying a premium and paying for it to be shipped overseas. I've seen a lot of overseas United Kingdom sales on tax on top of like $70, $80 for the comic and then $25 for shipping. People really, really want this book. I'm not sure that it's going to happen. It is not. It's going to have nothing to do with DC Comics, and this will be the first time in a long time, maybe since Meteor Man, that a Black producer is producing a superhero movie. I don't know too much about this book, but I do know if it's successful, it's a win for us all. But we're talking about 50 Cent, the biggest troll of them all. So we'll definitely see what happens. But before I go, make sure you guys like and subscribe. We're going to try to do these monthly. And if you like us enough, maybe we'll do these weekly because there's a lot of comics to talk about and things are always moving. Again, this is data that we get straight from our website. This is not something that me and Derek are sitting up 12, 1 o'clock at night. Hey, let's put this book here, put this book here. No. This is stuff that our website is telling us this is what you guys are looking at. So it's up to you guys to figure out what you want to do with this information. But we just wanted to reveal that and put that out for the community. All right.
Yep. And once again, check out the website, blackcomiclords.net. We really want to get your feedback, want to hear what you want in the site, and also what we can improve.
Awesome. Thank you so much. See you guys later.